promoting his tour.
What's that?
That dude that I saw that using your pictures to promote his tour.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, I kind of went premature.
That's pretty dramatic.
Isn't that dramatic?
It's very dramatic. It's
if
exciting.
I had a highlight video of Chad from today, that'd be even better, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Of him fishing, of course.
What did you catch those fish on today, Chad?
Today they're on the rooster tails today.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, we're back here. We got semifinals. It's semifinal week. We got 4 guys.
Semifinals, man.
Yeah.
Actually, Chad will be on next week, but he's
I'm going to be on 4 weeks in a row.
That's all right.
All right, Marty and I are on 15 in a row.
Yeah, well, maybe, because I'm going to be in the Caribbean and hopefully I have internet.
Yeah, Marty called me today and saying, "Man, I don't have a bathing suit.
I don't have a swimsuit."
I said, "Dude, just go commando. People love seeing guys your age in commando."
Yeah, well, I ordered one on Amazon. I'll be here next Wednesday before I go.
Nice.
Just borrow your wife's.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's
just the bottoms.
Or just the bottoms.
Well, we want to.
That would be funny if he had the top on for sure.
Let's go on a different rabbit trail before we get in trouble.
Gotcha.
So Trevor's back, and Trevor, man, when I played your video, I'm like, I want to be there right now. And then Chad sends me pictures of this. Chad sends me pictures of this. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Doubles all day today on all the bass. Sand bass, calico bass, and spotted bay bass.
That's in San Diego Bay. I used to fish that and catch. This is what I caught, Chad, when I was there. Those little ones. That's me in 1975.
And you got it framed on the wall.
I got a bunch of those too.
That's the only picture I have of me fishing in the ocean. That's it. That's all I have.
2 out of 3.
No, you don't. You have still pictures of the ocean.
Oh, yeah, I got a Barracuda one. I'm sorry. But I mean, I'm talking about as a kid. So, anyway, let's go back to the beginning here. So, yeah, Chad was out in the ocean, and he was actually on the border of Mexico, United States. Do you have to have a passport when you do that?
No, you're still in U.S. waters. And it's funny that Coast Guard came by. You know, they just kind of making their rounds by the border down there. And Coast Guard came by right when I just caught a big bass, and I showed it to them. They gave me the thumbs up. Yeah. About 2 hours later, then the Border Patrol boat comes by, checking me out. And they're probably thinking, what the heck is this guy doing out in a kayak? Because it's like 3 miles off the coast.
Yes.
Oh how deep was the water there where you were at?
What's that?
How deep was the water where you were at?
I was fishing 90 feet.
Oh, my God. In a lynx?
No, I was in my new canoe.
Okay.
I was getting footage for the next round. I needed some coastal footage. I had to step my game up.
Well, I am supporting our cider guy tonight.
There you go.
Yeah, everybody always supports him with that swag that everyone got.
I love this sweatshirt side, and I got my hookup Bates hat. And I am so envious of you.
Look at my hair's growing back, sort of.
Yeah, you are got a little bit back because here in Nebraska it's going to be like 2 degrees or something tonight. I don't know.
Nice.
Jeez. I was sitting on flat seas today in 75-degree weather, kind of sweating a little bit with just a T-shirt on.
Wow.
It's freezing here.
Well, when we let our dog out, and
you're not freezing. You're in California, man. I'm like 6 hours north of you at least.
It was 32 degrees this morning. freezing.
Oh man.
Fahrenheit for you.
Yeah. 32 Fahrenheit is actually 0 Celsius. And when I woke up and took my dog for a walk this morning, it was -7 Celsius. So beat
Well,
that.
you're up in Canada, eh?
Hey, yeah, we are.
I got to say something about our battle sponsor this week. That's a pretty good little ad thing they made for you there, Chad, on the battle sponsor. So what does somebody win this week when they vote? What's the prize?
So first of all, we called it a ad.
Chad.
Okay.
Well, what I think is the best way to do it is have them, whoever wins, contact Keith and let Keith know what fish you want to go after with the hookup baits, and I'll make a package.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. Somebody just asked if we have ice. Yes, there is ice forming on the water at this time here, which is that last year at this time I was still fishing, trying to get my 2024th bass.
So when I drive my kids to school in the morning, I have to scrape ice off my windshield and start my truck from inside the house.
Okay,
freezing cold.
I'm gonna one up you on that. I didn't scrape. I had to go like this and chisel an inch of ice off my windshield. No kidding. So we had rain. It was raining last week, and then it turned to snow. But all that rain, it just flash froze.
Chad's like, this is why I live where I live.
Yeah, you guys are making me love San Diego so much. It was 6.
Yeah, I don't miss that. I love ice fishing. I'd throw snow all day long for 6 months out of the year if I had to.
Yeah.
I
man.
miss the cold weather.
It was like 60 degrees this morning when I got on the water, and it got up to around 78, I think, 77.
Yeah. So the hardest part about ice fishing is making sure your beer doesn't freeze. So.
Yeah.
And when I fish in cold, you guys the guys that fish cold weather, if you have braided line, it freezes in the eyelets of the rod. You got to dip it in the water and get back, and it just anyway. So I put chapstick on the deal sometimes.
These are first world problems.
Wax.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Wax hunter. Okay, so let's get into this, man. So Trevor, you made a new video. We're going to get into that here in a little bit. But right now you're in the semifinals, and you got a Vibe kayak, right?
Yep. The only non-pedal drive kayak, too.
Non-pedal drive. Yep. You've got, what's your motor?
It is myself, or I have a small Bixby on the back. I got the small K1, so it scoots with that thing. And
so we have you from the ocean. We have Chad from the ocean and some freshwater too. Both you guys could fish freshwater if you wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But mainly you guys are ocean guys. And then on the other side, and then we have Paul Glass, who's got his Crescent Smalley. He's kind of a river guy, and up in Michigan and small lakes and stuff, I'll bet. And then who's the other one we have?
And Justin Floyd with his Bonafide.
Oh yeah. Justin Floyd. So his is not his pedal drive?
No, he's got the new Force Current from Garmin on there.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So we'll have him.
So in our four motors left, we have 2 Garmin Force Currents on Paul's boat and Justin's boat. Trevor's got the K1 from Bixby, and Chad has the NK300. Which he basically bought because he used mine all summer and then fell in love with it and bought it.
Still love that thing. I was going 6.5 coming back to the launch ramp today.
That's good, man. That's
6.5 miles per hour, just cruising.
I will make this one. I can actually show a picture of this, but when Chad and I were up here in Revelstoke fishing with Kevin Van Dam and Height and McInnes and Zona, there was one point where I was the only one that didn't have a motor, and I was in like a small kayak, and they all went down, and then we're coming back to meet all their wives for lunch. And I'm like trying to pedal back against the Columbia River current. And Chad's like, grab this rope. And I have a picture of me like this in the back of my kayak and just sitting there, and Chad's towing me with the NK300.
Wow.
It was awesome.
Hey, look at, go ahead.
I just got done editing that video. It's going to be up this week.
Sweet.
Nice. Two videos. The whole week of me fishing there, doing all the pre-fishing, and fishing after, and that's a long one. That's a 2-hour video, but
well, it should be like you pre-fished for a long time.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of videos of me picking you up and you eating cinnamon buns?
and then it's a half-hour video fishing with the Hall of Famers. So I broke it up in 2.
That's pretty good.
Cool.
You guys see Tanya's new name? There.
I just said Wild Her Pursuit. Is this Tanya? Is this a new pursuit?
He's getting after it, man. She entered the 26 for 26 or 2026 for 2026 challenge.
Nice.
We have 14 people already entered in that.
Are you scared, Marty?
No. I've been catching 2,000 bass for a long time, man. There's a lot of guys though that said I caught 3,000 bass this year. I'm like, okay, you know what? You got to enter them to prove it.
Right.
Is there a size limit on that?
No minimum.
Oh man, I can. There's a lake I'll fish occasionally. I'll catch like 50, 60 bass.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
they count.
Actually,
session.
one of Marty's videos, he had like a 5-incher, and he showed us that he's like, they all count. They all count.
I do want to give a shout out to Roy though, man. He did his last magazine with all the gals on there in the magazine. That was really cool, man. I think that's really cool to have because we got some gals just tearing it up in the sport of kayak fishing. So thank you, Roy, for doing that. And he's had some on his podcast as well. So we're trying to we need to get the kayak community all together, man. Just like what he's doing there. So kudos to you. Good job. He appreciates that. Okay. Anyway, so we got that challenge going, and then Joshua Booth. You guys heard of him? He's out of Missouri. He runs all the Missouri stuff. Anyway, he's going to judge every fish.
Nice.
You know how many fish are going to get entered? We had over 20,000 fish.
So every time you catch a fish, you have to like quickly drive to that lake and get on a boat and go see it.
Okay. Well, she's been running numbers. I will tell you this, Tanya. I don't even get started till March because you can't catch. I have to go to San Diego or something to get some bass. I don't know. But anyway, so Trevor,
there's a question: is it only smallmouth and largemouth in your?
Yeah, is it saltwater bass count?
Or could you go like spend one day with Chad and catch 3,000?
It is black bass only.
Black bass only.
Black bass. Well, what kind of black bass?
We're talking like spotted, smallmouth, largemouth, short. Those kind of bass.
So it's a racist competition.
Yeah. Sand bass would be nice, but sorry, Chad. You have to go to Miramar or something out there. Anyway, I got a question for you, Trevor. Why did you choose a Vibe?
Price.
Okay.
When I first started looking at going from a sit inside ocean kayak, started looking at pedal drive kayaks, and the best ones on the market, $5,000, and it's like I couldn't justify young families saying, "Hey, honey, I'm going to spend $5,000 on a kayak." And then a buddy of mine bought a Vibe, saw that it was half the price. It was like, all right, tried his out and fell in love with it. And I've been a Vibe Tribe member since then. So that was
you rocked the Shearwater for the longest time,
yep.
right?
That's my OG kayak behind me is the Shearwater, which I use a lot of the times. I'll switch back.
Which is what Jake is gonna talk about in a bit. But
that's what Jake was
joins us tonight. He won that in the first one.
They got a basketball game, I know, and he had it all figured out to get on, but I don't know what happened.
He told me, he said they're playing basketball, and after the game he's going to his office and he's going to join us, but he'd be like 30 to 45 minutes late.
Okay, so what we're going to do with him, guys, when he gets on here, we're going to be like the sports media and do like a press conference about the game.
Sounds good. Yeah, I started with the Shearwater, which is
okay, go ahead.
your flatter style kayak, pedal drive kayak. It's stable, great on the ocean. I think we all tried it out in Canada when we were there.
Yeah.
But I was looking for something for more surf launching. There's a spot that I go out for salmon. You don't really have a calm cove to launch out of.
Mm-hmm.
So the pedal drive kayaks tend to get caught up in the swell and the surf and roll pretty easily. And big heavy kayaks, I was looking for something lightweight, a little skinnier. So when Vibe came out with the Hydra, that was an easy choice. So I mean, it's 70 pounds, by itself. So that's through the water.
Where you're okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
So yeah, it's I was able to surf launch it this year out of an area of Bolinas, kind of a little north of San Francisco. Yeah. Went straight through a 4-foot swell. I mean, the swell hit me in the chest.
Wow.
I just went straight through. Looked, everything was tied down. You kind of prepare for it and went about my day.
Before it was released, when you guys went down to, I think.
Yeah, I got to test the first one out.
And Hastings did that photo shoot where he was blowing through those waves at that break.
Yes,
that was pretty impressive for.
So it's whereas my Shearwater, I'm sure it would have been fine, but there's a big chance of just kind of getting turned one way or the other. When with the Hydra being almost a foot narrower, it just cuts through those waves and successfully got me my first salmon. Came back and I literally surfed it in on top of a wave, which if you've ever landed your kayak in a 4-foot wave, 5-foot wave,
I did.
It's quite the experience. So being in the Hydra, I felt a lot more comfortable out there. And
I wasn't comfortable.
It was fun. I mean, it was first time out there, first time landing. It's like, all right, kind of waited outside the surf area for a good 10-15 minutes, kind of watching, counting the waves and just kind of waiting and timing. And you think it's perfect, you think it's good, but it's that's where I wish I was. My buddy who surfs kayaks with me as well, and he knows how to time them perfectly because he's a surfer and kind of sit right on back of that wave and kind
breaks
of
and
well, what's interesting is you're doing the opposite of a surfer. You're waiting. You're not waiting for the set. You're waiting for the set to get done. And you want to get through it. Yeah. A surfer, they're like, okay, where's that set at? And then they're going.
Correct. So you're trying to wait for that little bit of calm period to get yourself in safely. And if not, you just abandon ship, don't get rolled over, and pick up after the yard sale.
Right.
I don't realize how strong those waves are strong, man.
Yeah. And that's no joke. I mean, if your kayak's going to tip, you lean into it, put your paddle down. If that doesn't work, you bail on the ocean side, not the beach side. So protect yourself.
And part of your video your new video, Trev, was where you showed how you have everything tied down so much with all the Yak Attack straps.
Yes.
You could literally do like an Eskimo roll and get back up all your stuff back in your boat.
I actually did that last weekend. Unfortunately, me and my wife went out. She was out in the Shearwater. We were both on the beach. I was kind of really paying attention to her, and a sneaker wave came up. It was 5-6 feet higher up the beach than any wave in the last 30 minutes, and slowly took my kayak out. So I, started running over to it, and another wave came and just flipped it. I was right there and kind of got the back end, but it flipped good, kind of got it righted back up, and I ended up not losing anything because I'm always kind of prepared for that. So she started coming,
and you have the Bixby batteries. Bixby batteries that are fully waterproof.
Yep, exactly. And if you saw my video, it's strapped to my kayak.
It doesn't even need to float. Trevor has it down with like super glue everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can pick up my kayak.
You showed that on your video.
Yeah.
Your video was very cool. How you showed all that stuff. Yeah.
So you with the guys you fish with out there, are there other brands and models of kayaks out there, or a lot of guys, because you're using a Vibe, they're using a Vibe?
So out of the, say, 200 kayaks that are on the coast, there's 2 of them that are Vibe Shearwaters. There's there's not a lot of them out there. I've been pushing, and kind of everyone's pretty much on the classic Hobie.
Classic.
Yeah, the Hobie Outback, I think it is.
The Outback. Yeah, there's
the Outback's always the
What's
most popular saltwater kayak.
Yeah,
That's the Outbacks are the most popular saltwater kayak.
Okay.
Yeah, you're starting to see a couple more out there, a couple different brands. There's a lot of, on where I'm from, you see a lot of, the original ocean kayaks. There's still a lot of old school guys that are just running simple setups,
like the Trident 13 and
exactly.
I love that. I love that.
With the market these days in kayaks, it's really impressive. I mean, there's so many different brands, so many different models now, and it's pretty impressive the amount of innovation the last year, I feel like. So.
What was the biggest challenge with your build? Whether it's on the water or off the water, what's the biggest challenge?
Just trying to keep it lightweight. That's the key to, especially my kayak, is it's you got to keep things lightweight. So Bixby was an easy choice for me. 10 pounds, under 10 pounds. And then just, getting everything to fit in a smaller, narrower kayak. But I had a lot of fun with it. Drilling holes in a kayak is a very weird feeling for me.
A lot of people.
Never drilled any hole in with my Hydra. I probably drilled, 10, 15 holes in that thing. But I flipped it upside down completely. I've, rolled it in the surf, and I haven't gotten any water in it. So.
And I would like to throw this out there too, that plug for Trev here, because he was on, as you guys know, the Sea Otter Lodge trip with us. And Human, who owns Bixby, and Martin, who was on this show last week with us, those guys were both at the Sea Otter Lodge trip too. And the main reason why Trev got sponsored by Bixby was because Trev was a rock star on that trip, helping everybody, doing anything that they needed. And they're like, we want this guy on our team. And he's like, this motor also fits what I do perfectly. So
no, it was a buddy of mine for the last 2 years had the original Bixby. I think it was the J1, which is
the J1. Yeah.
And first time we went out trolling for halibut, 3-4 hours later, I think it was more like 6 or 7 hours later, we get back to the landing and I can't even get out of my kayak. My knees are just done from paddling or pedaling around. And he's like, oh man, I was so bored out there. We didn't catch any fish. I'm ready to go run the marathon. Or it's like, all right, I got to get myself one of these Bixbys, just because it's for the shearwater, especially. Just throw it right in the pod where the pedal drive goes, or anything that has, the center pod. Just swap out your pedal drive, throw the Bixby in, and just take off and swap it out when you need to. And it makes it so easy. It's simple.
Yeah. Does the Bixby fit a Hobie too?
Yeah, any Mirage drive style kayak, which is the majority of the pedal drive kayaks, can easily have a Bixby and just drop in place and plug and play.
Do you have to? Oh, go ahead, Chad.
I like when you can put the Bixby on the rudder though, and then still have your pedals in.
Both options.
My links, I wanted, but the Holman gave me the Bixby for the links. He asked me, want the drop in for the pedals or the back? And I'm like, back. I want. You add a half mile an hour when you pedal with the motor on. You get a little speed, but when you get to your spot, you just turn the motor off and then use your pedals to fish.
And it also gives you another safety valve, right? You have and you have
the number one reason I like it in the center is because out here at Tamales Bay, there's so much eelgrass, and I mean that is
the problem. If you get stuff on it, you can't reach
any motor, just that you're not going anywhere if you go through a little patch of eelgrass. So it's nice to pull it out real quick, drift through, put it back in, keep going, not have to worry about getting your motor wrapped up and getting sucked out to sea. So,
and the Bixbys also come with that other grate on the back that can kind of weed out some of that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, that eelgrass is nasty stuff. I mean, it's basically like braided line. I don't know how much you guys have out there, Chad.
We got it's a lot of it out here.
Yeah,
we have it at I was at Gunnersville 2 weeks ago, and it's everywhere there. Yeah.
It's good for herring. You know, it's about to be a herring spawn here, so I'll get out and do some cast netting and fill my freezer back up, so all the eggs stick to the grass. And
wow,
good environment. But yeah, motors do not like that.
Do you have to rinse that motor off every time you go, or is it
Just a quick? I mean, I do my whole kayak just because salt water, you know, any little piece of metal, corrosion, rust, and so not to mention usually I'm coming back and the whole deck's, you know, bloody. So a good rinse.
You're such a bragger.
What's the best feature of your kayak?
I would just say how fast it is on the water.
Okay.
I can paddle it 3 miles an hour for long distances, you know, over 4 miles, just paddling 4.5 miles an hour, you know, pretty easily. So
I would say the best feature of, well, first of all, I busted my ribs and my tailbone last week. Like literally.
The most accident-prone guy I've ever known in my life.
I can show you a very giant bruise right now on my ribs and my
prove it.
I'm gonna. Oh, you want to see?
No.
He's the Clark Griswold of Christmas.
Oh yeah. I'll show you a PG picture later, but I would say the best thing on Trevor's kayak, this had a purpose, was his mother-in-law took the YakOff cushion, and this is actually on my kayaks, but it's here on my office chair because my butt hurts so much.
You need it.
And his mother-in-law custom made that thing to match his kayak, his Hydra, and the seat of the Hydra, because it's not one of those raised seats. You sit lower to keep that gravity lower, right? It's awesome. We'll show it to you a bit here, but
yeah. So that's
the best part of your kayak. That's awesome.
My mother-in-law is awesome. She was basically said, "All right, you give me the shape of the foam, and I'll do everything else." Awesome. And like a couple of days later, she's like, "Oh, I was thinking about putting some edge trimming on it. What do you think about this color?" And it's like, "Yeah, that's awesome." And then when I finally got it, it looks like it was factory made. I mean, it's amazing. She might have a whole bunch of customers once people realize where that seat cover came from.
So this is the PG version, but that's my back right now.
Oh man,
missed it. Hold.
That is
wait. Let me get back in there. I'm not in there right now. Okay, go ahead again. Where you at?
Looks like
Keith, show that again. I didn't get to see it. Oh my gosh.
That's the bruise. That was yesterday. Today it's worse. It looks like a bottle of red wine exploded on my whole back.
Oh man.
It's like, I'm like, it would be horrible if I showed you guys right now. We would get erased.
Oh, is that it? There, I can't.
Yeah,
there's a glare on it.
Well, we can when we show it, Trev, because you show it again in the video.
Yep, I'll show it again.
But it's a shout out to you. What's your
there you go.
Name?
There it is.
There you can see it.
You can see it there.
So look at. I gotta stand up slowly because I can't stand up very fast. But you see this, and then you see that, and she like altered the whole thing and remade it for his Hydra. It's awesome.
But kept all the Yak Attack branding, all the side straps, all the little buckles, and it's kind of fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very cool.
Let's look at that video a little bit. See what we got here.
I would say, let's watch some of Trev's video. He did a great job.
Yeah, you modified your video a little bit.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm going to go up here.
Super strong and Yak Power also makes a really awesome one-hand cell phone power charger. So I like putting my phone in there, keeping it charged all day. So
when you have 75 products on your boat.
Well, and that Yak Power, I Frankenstein it. I don't know if you noticed, but it's actually on a Yak Attack mount.
Yeah,
it's no longer on the Yak Power.
You mentioned it on your video too.
Wanted a little bit more movement, and things may have happened when I rolled my kayak in the rocks that day. So,
but that's cool. That's cool that you can take two different brands of the kind of same thing and meld them together to do what you need for your own boat. That's the whole point of this.
Have you ever, like, when you guys take your kayaks and you bring them in, have you ever counted, like, how many items you take off of it. Like I average about 32 items every time I take it in. I got to take 32 things off my kayak and put it away.
Really? I take the motor, the battery out. That's it.
That's it.
31 of those of Marty's kayak are Nico rigs.
Yeah,
and then a couple hookup rigs.
No, the other day I took my transducer off my old hole, and it was some ready-made Nikos down in there. Somehow found a way to be in there, but
yes,
I'm retiring that hole. I got the other Outback hole, so yeah, I totally get. Yeah, no, there's a lot of I can't believe how much stuff we put on these things.
It's funny getting stopped at the beach and people are always very surprised of. Yeah. Wait, you have a fish finder? Wait, you have a gaff? Wait, you have a what's in this box? Or what's this and that? It's like, well, it's essentially a boat. You know, a lot of times I'd feel safer on my kayak than a 12-foot aluminum boat out there on the ocean, or some of these small craft I've seen. It's
right.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, here we'll get some more.
Use it. If I'm using something else, it's really nice to have. And then last little yak power is my safety spotlight. Safety spotlight or nighttime crab pot spotlight. So it works really well. Get out of the water, make you more visible, more safe, but also help you find those pots. You don't need some type of head contraption. Your kayak has all the lighting you need. And then of course, everything is controlled by a little wireless controller, so I can turn everything on off here. And the brains sits inside the front in a little custom battery box. Don't even really need to take it out. I can just plug it in, charge it for the night. I'm ready to hit the water the next day. So yeah, Yak Power, great little system. All of it's powered by one Nokwa 20 amp hour battery, super compact, lightweight. Again, lightweight is the key to the ocean kayak build that I have. So try to keep it simple, try to keep it lightweight. Nokwa Power does exactly that while giving me enough power to light up this beast.
Okay.
That's cool.
Now, I got show and tell here.
We got to show some of Paul's build, even though he's not here.
Yeah, you bet. I want to show you guys something, though.
And also, we got to make sure Jake's not sitting in the waiting room because he's supposed to be joining us.
He's not there yet. What do you think of this, Chad and Trevor?
Birdie.
Looks old school, yeah.
It's old, yeah.
You know how old that is? You know how old it is? I used that when I was 15 years old.
I have something very similar that I broke.
Wow, so that thing's 95 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at the torque wrap on it. It's not in that picture, but this was a custom-made rod back in the early 70s.
Wow.
Yeah, I have almost that same style of rod, and I was coming in on a beach launch, and I didn't realize my weight that was attached to my rod fell through my scupper hole and got hit to a rock.
It sounds like Marty's. Oh, there's Jake. Jake.
Hey, Jake, you're gonna have to.
We can hear the whole gymnasium, man.
Ooh.
We can hear the whole gymnasium.
It'll quiet down here in a minute.
I thought I was hearing Ghost or something. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
The other one here.
Well, Marty did show his 95-year-old rod that he.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got 3 of those. Yeah, the other ones aren't as old. They're not. They're like they were manufactured. They weren't homemade like that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I would use that if I came to California. That's what I would use.
There you go.
I don't have any of the. I sold all the pin reels that I had.
That's cool though.
But anyway, okay, it's a Chinook. Okay, 1 second here. I wanted to make sure we gave Paul some love here too, guys. So,
yep.
Let me get there.
How'd the game go, Jake?
We won in overtime.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
We didn't have a lead in the game until overtime, and we ended up winning.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah,
that's opposite of last week. You led the whole game, and then Nebraska came back and got you.
Yeah. Yeah, we were actually yeah, we did. But we were down 21-4 today to start the game, and then just fought back and
Yeah.
Won in overtime.
Wow.
So
what was the final score?
It was a final. I gotta look. I was too excited. 85-79, I think.
Wow.
78. 85-78.
Wow.
And they were up 21-4?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, you know that Pinnacle Arena you were in last week?
Yeah.
Our son played in there in the state championships. Well,
Oh yeah.
2 of them, and one of those guys. You remember the kid? Oh man, I can't. Anyway, he guarded one of those guys in high school that played for the Huskers.
Oh really?
I can't remember his name now. He's a guard. Anyway, it sounded like I wanted to go so bad, you guys up there, but we had like horizontal snow coming down, and like I said, we had a flash freeze here because Jake, we had rain here. You had snow there, but there was a line going across where it was just freezing as fast as it came down.
Marty, doesn't horizontal snow go across instead of down?
Yeah, it went like this. He can testify to that. It was nuts. It was crazy. And so we didn't get to go. And then east of here, they got like 15, 16 inches just east of here. Like an hour and a half east of here, they got 15 inches of snow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
We had a lot of snow where we were, but it wasn't like that bad. I mean, maybe we probably got like 6 or 8 inches.
Yeah. Still,
and where I am, our mountain was supposed to open last Saturday, like the resort in Canada, and we delayed it a week because we don't have enough snow yet. There's tons of snow on top on the glaciers and at the higher elevations, but there's nothing in town.
Wow, we can
delayed it a week.
Yeah,
so we want it here because it's huge for us. We need it.
I don't want to see any snow for 10 days starting next Thursday.
All right, let's see some of Paul's.
Okay, yeah, we'll play some Paul here. So thanks for being on here, Jake. I got some questions for you here in a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Let's see. I got to find it here. Let's get Paul going.
What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got.
It's not about.
Yeah, skip through to.
And I'm free. The motor can come right off. No big deal. Again, keeping this simple. And then when it's not in use, it's got a waterproof cover. No water getting on the inside. Again, just simple and effective is what we're going for. Same thing with the rest of the electronics. I'm going to come over here. Instead of a full electronic setup,
talking about the
transducer, extra battery, a whole bunch of other stuff. What we have here is the Deeper sonar. Now, this is the new Deeper Max. Now, what makes the Deeper Max so unique is that one, it has a longer range on it, and it does 3D mapping. Now, this wirelessly goes right over to your cell phone. So instead of a screen, all I have is probably the simplest setup possible. We have this.
Chad, does that interest you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
I actually just got the Deeper Max cell phone holder and the arm thing today.
Sweet. Can you send me one?
Paul sold you on it.
No.
So on that, Chad, for you guys listening out there too, like we have our iPads, you can hook that up with an iPad.
Yeah.
And do it that way. So
you get a bigger screen too, right?
That's a who would have thought you could have sonar. I mean, I don't know what the iPad. If you've already got an iPad, you have your screen, and you're looking to spend another $250 for their best one, for a great sonar unit.
Yeah.
Only issue I see is out here. I mean, if you're fishing on the lake, 80 degrees, 90 degrees, that thing's going to overheat your cell phone, your iPad.
The iPad?
Pretty quickly. Sitting in the sun.
I haven't had it get hot yet. I've
got a case on mine too. Waterproof case.
That's so
But no, it is. The Deeper is a really good way to get into a really good quality sonar.
They're castable
at a way cheaper price, and they're castable.
Yeah.
Yak Power
awesome
wireless
for shore fishermen and
ice fishing too. I know they're really good for ice fishing.
Yeah, that was actually my first fish finder when I got started kayak fishing. Like I think Deeper had just started.
Wow.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
When I want to take it off and I don't need it, it just comes right off like that. Super simple and clean. But when I am using it, all I have to do is put this in. You can see it's already powered up. Just put my phone on the inside and it goes.
Wait a minute. Okay, you guys see that in the middle there? C4 frozen bombsicle. What is he going to blow up?
I think that's a wrap. I think that's a wrap he puts on his beer.
Does that go in his stomach? Oh my gosh! I'm going to give Paul a hard time.
It goes ahead and sinks in. Now, I made this. I try to make this as modular as possible. All we have is one Naqua 20 amp hour battery. That's enough to power my phone, no problem, all day. With like 6 or 8 hours of fishing full-time use, my battery will go down by about 25%, and that's it. That's full-time use. So again, simple, modular, and effective. Battery tucks away.
I have used that Naqua battery, you guys, for 2 whole days on a camera.
Well, yeah, me and Paul have the same setup. Yeah.
20 amp hour, like this big.
Let's go to another part of this real quick.
They're awesome. Naqua's awesome.
On probably a big toothy critter. And then right here, you've got a simple zipper pocket, and this is where I keep my line. So I keep, depending on the size, 3 spools is typically what I have in there, but again, that's all that I need. I don't need more than that. Moving to the front, this is where things get super fun. So a lot of times I'm gonna be fishing the river. This is a river fishing vessel. This is kind of what it does best, is paddling in the river. So we had to have our anchor wizard mounted to the front with our chain set up here. All you gotta do is turn this to the left, chain deploys and doesn't break your rod. See you, buddy. And then when you wanna bring it up, you just crank her up, and you're done. Again, this keeps you facing the direction you want, and when you don't want this, unclip the chains, and this comes right off.
Very cool. Seconds. Do such different kayak builds.
Yeah. That I'll tell you what, Paul. You put Paul, like car lots. If they had kayak lots, where you have kayaks out there, Paul would be the ultimate salesman.
Yeah.
For sure. He could sell dirt.
I would like to see Paul use that anchor with the chains where Trevor fishes.
You would never get it back.
You would never hit the bottom, probably.
Probably not, but I
you'd be surprised. 20 feet.
I used chains. One time with Christine Fisher, we were fishing 40-something mile-an-hour winds, and I used chains on one. I had a quick release on it, and it worked really well. I mean, it drifted a little bit, but I was able to stay in an area, and keep my bow into the waves.
Sweet.
Cool. Okay, what else we got here? I got to ask. I got a couple questions for Jake.
Yeah, we got lots of questions for Jake.
Jake, the spring coach. Jake, we were going to do like a press conference with you, like an after-game press conference.
Oh, yeah. Good.
And
we can go, Marty. We can go back to the original screen there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got to put him in there too. We got to find.
Oh, right there you go.
Yeah. So I'll just. There you go. Just take it over.
Just cover it.
We got to rearrange it a little bit. I got to rearrange the room a little bit. We'll get you next to Keith there, and I'll get it. I'll get it here. You guys keep. Okay. I got a question.
Okay. What you got?
How has the YakOff Awards affected your perspective on kayaking in the community?
Oh man, you have so many hard questions.
I thought he was going to say, "How did it make your life better?"
I was a teacher, and you know what? You got to ask good questions.
Yeah, you could softball me one to start with at least.
Yeah. So okay, well, Jake. How'd the game go?
All right, I have one then, Jake. We'll start with this. We'll start with this. How did your head get so shiny?
I'm gonna go back to Marty's question. Wait, Marty, repeat your question.
Marty, I'm also not on the screen now. Thanks.
Okay, here you go. What's going on over there?
I thought that was a drum roll for his.
It's a drum roll because
I keep hiding Keith
comes
down
Keith.
here. There we go. I got Keith now.
There he is.
Okay, so how did the YakOff Awards affect your perspective on kayaking in the community itself? Your perspective.
I mean, as it relates to the community, I'm not sure. I mean, I think it was cool to see all the different builds in, over 2 YakOff Awards now, right? So 32 different kayaks that have gone up against each other. Everybody has had their 36. Sorry, I'm not here to do math. But everybody had such a unique build, and I think it was just really cool to see how many other options there are for setting your kayak up. When I've kind of always had my own vision for how I want things to be and how I've used my kayak, and then to be able to look at a kayak like Trevor's where it's set up for something completely different that I've never even done before. You know, like he's got things set up on his kayak I would never even think about putting on mine. So it's just been really cool to see how diverse the setups can be.
Yeah, and they are. We've had extreme diversity here with everything.
Yeah, especially this round.
Yeah, it's been great. Did it provide you opportunities that you didn't have before?
Just like
he met me.
Yeah, we met Keith.
Life was better before, I guess.
Oh man,
we're all four of you. I get it. Yeah, whatever.
Hey, I'm out now. Now I can be mean to you.
Well, you know, you might not get invited back to the YakOff All-Stars if you're not nice.
All right.
All-Stars.
It's got to be.
Fine, Keith. This is great. I love it.
Okay, you're back in, Mr. Clean.
Yes. I keep forgetting your questions when you ask them.
What did I say? Did it provide you opportunity to connect with either companies or other people? Obviously.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I was able to connect with a ton of companies, or even just kind of explore a lot of things that I would have never really thought about putting on my kayak. Like Yak Power is an incredible company that came through big time for me in this build, where I was able to set up wiring like I've always wanted, but never really had the opportunity to. We was able to add things like the wireless phone charger, like even some random things that are really cool that I wouldn't get myself if they didn't help me out. Like I got a spotlight on the front that I thought was cool. So Yak Power was awesome. You know, I got
Yak Attack going to the factory and running through with your shopping cart. That
was amazing. That was
incredible. Pretty cool.
The Yak headquarters. I mean, just first, like seeing their headquarters was insane. It was nothing like anything I would have expected. It was huge, and I got to go through, see how so many of the accessories are made. I was able to make my own rod holder, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
But then, you know, going through with the shopping cart in there was amazing. So, I mean, I was able to really get it set up just however I wanted to.
Yeah, you and Wade skipping through that warehouse was hilarious.
Did you go beforehand, kind of take a look at what the best things were and then go after those things when you went in the shopping cart?
We honestly probably looked at everything as we went through with the shopping cart. And
Wow.
like there was a few, like I looked online, like going through their stuff, like what do I really need? And, you know, like there's the staples from Yak Attack where you know you're going to get a black pack, you're going to get a rod holder. Like there's some things that you know you're going to get on your kayak. But, you know, we went through and it was like, here's where these are. And I was like, oh yeah, I think I have a use for that. But I think what was really cool about going through Yak Attack is seeing how Wade was able to make things work with all the pieces and parts, like tying down my black pack. So I wanted to have 4 rod holders on it. So I had to take off like the corner pieces where you usually tie it down. And he ended up putting a mighty mount, I think it's called, in between the 2 middle rod holders on each side. And then he put an eye hook into the mighty mount and then strapped it down from there. And it was really cool to see how versatile all their stuff is. Like you can set it up for anything that you need.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
cool.
That
I actually asked Wade to be a participant in these YakOffs and this one. And he's like, dude, that would not be fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what he said.
So what's funny to me too is like while we were going through and building this, he's like, I don't understand why you guys have all this stuff on your kayaks. And he's like, his kayak's got nothing on it. I'm like,
he's a river fisherman.
You know all this. Yeah. You know all this about all this stuff and know how to set it up, and you don't use any of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'd get Wade beat because I got Scotty products on my kayak. I don't think he'd be able to do that. So
that's something. Actually, Trev, that's something cool that you pointed out in your video where you took that board to the rod deletes kind of thing, and
cutting board off Amazon.
So tell us how you did that actually, because people might.
So really, it started with the Hydra has a center pod that has 2 tracks on it. You know, the back track made sense for the phone holder, but the front track is right in between your legs. So I didn't really want to put anything then in there. And then a lot of times I'll use bait and need to cut bait somewhere. So I thought I'm going to put a cutting board here. So I want a blue cutting board to kind of match offset the kayak, and ended up finding a 1/2 inch thick piece of cutting board on Amazon for $12 and made that little cutting board piece. And then when I got my Lawrence fish finder, it's like, oh, I need an adapter plate. Oh, wait, I got that cutting board piece. And then I really wanted a rod holder a little bit closer to me. And I don't use the rod tubes in the front of my kayak. It's just kind of a different angle that I wouldn't really use. So I started looking at different companies that made rod tube deletes. I actually saw that on Crystal's build. During her first round, it was like, oh, rod tube deletes. I didn't even know that was a thing. Started researching, and no one really made one for the Vibe kayaks. They're recessed a little bit, whereas most other ones are flush mounted. So I ended up getting that cutting board material and just using a little saw, cutting it down, sanding it down, and fitting it up, matching it up, and it ended up working out really great. Put the Scotty flush mounts into it, so that way my crab pot puller is flush mounted and very, very strong. I mean,
and did those things you put in, like, it made it way stronger too, obviously.
Yeah. Yep. So not only is the rod tube delete attached to the kayak, I used long enough screws that went through the rod tube delete and into my kayak, and then of course I siliconed and sealed everything. So. I mean, you could pick up my kayak from those things if you wanted to. So when you're using a crab pot puller, you know, I mean, you're pulling up some weight sometimes. So the tracks are nice, but having it flush mounted with that Scotty holder is very, very nice attachment. And then if I'm trolling for yellowtail or tuna or something like that,
quit it.
Which Chad, I need to do more of that up in your area, man. That's bucket. So I'll be up there more next year. So I'll see you out there.
I'm ready. Jake, got one more question for you because I know you got an announcement to make. You're already married, so it's not going to happen.
I am already married.
Yeah, he is married. Jake didn't come on the Sea Otter Lodge trip because
that's right,
he was going on his honeymoon.
Oh, man, you could have brought her with you.
Probably one of the reasons why Chad got to come with us because
me.
Yeah, and Trev too. Yeah, actually, because it was Jake who was invited, and then I asked Cody at the time, who else? He's like, oh, you should call this guy Trevor, and I called you, and you're like, I'm in.
I remember that. I do remember that.
And you're like, you even said, I'm actually in the car with my wife right now, and she says I'm in.
Yeah, she was looking at her phone at the dates and like looking at me like, you need.
I'm like, okay, dude, we're leaving on Wednesday.
Yeah,
like next Wednesday.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 10 minutes away from losing cell reception for the weekend.
Yeah. Oh man,
probably would have gone to someone else, but
man, I'm so glad you
went. My phone, like Keith's calling me. Oh, this has got to be important. I pulled over real quick, like, hey Keith, how's it going?
I would have got ate by orcas if you weren't there.
We had a good trip. That was a good cruise.
Awesome, man. It is one to remember for the ages, man.
Absolutely. No, it's I'm still trying to chase catching those big cabezons that I was catching out there. I mean, I just caught one this past weekend and it was a good fight, but not, I mean, the Canadian fish had 10 plus inches on the cabbies that I'm used to catching here. And I think you guys caught cabezon.
Your money's worth more. Our fish are bigger.
Yeah. Those fish out there were mad.
The cabezon I caught, when I tell the story, if I live 10 more years from now, it's going to be twice as big as it was.
Kind of like those big. Kind of like those 35-foot swells Marty was fishing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's keep growing every episode.
Right.
And my hookup bait was this big that I was using. So Jake, so we have the next gen coming up next, like younger kids in college, maybe, you know. So, and hopefully we can make a clip of this or something. But what advice would you give to anyone, either these kids or anybody else, looking to participate in something like this in the future? What tips would you give them as a returning champion?
I'd say, I mean, as somebody getting into the sport, like start simple, you know, like get out on the water with the basics and figure out what it is that you need to help you fish better. Because at some point things get cluttered and you add things that aren't really serving a purpose. You know, figure out what you can live without or what you can't live without, and then make sure you have it on the kayak. You know, I think that's it. You know, go out and be as simple as possible, and then by experiencing the simplicity, discover what it is you need to improve your experience.
Yeah, there you go. That's good. Well said. And then also, let's say that they get selected to be in the YakOff Awards. What would you recommend there going into it?
Get with me so that we can make that the badassest kayak you've ever seen.
There you go. Yeah, all right. I like that.
And Chad's like, you can make it super simple. Just take a 3,500 Plano box with only hookup baits.
Yeah,
that's right. Well, I am amazed at how the simplicity of most of the guys that have made these builds. They are very simple. There's not. I mean, there's not junk on there. I see a lot of guys when I go to these tournaments. Oh my gosh, it's like there's stuff on. I don't know what it is.
You should only have what you need. What's necessity? Yeah. I mean, that's my mind. Is, you know, there's a lot of stuff you can add, but what do you really need? Keep it simple. I mean,
not what you want, what you need.
Yeah.
And if you want to have extra stuff, keep it out of the way somehow. You know, like
if
you want to carry 12 rods with you, that's fine, but make sure they're not getting in the way.
Yeah, if you fall out of your kayak, right, can you get back in if you have 8 rod holders on all the sides? And you got to make sure you can get back in.
And the other thing, guys, is like somebody like Chad and you, Trevor, who can go salt or fresh. You can plug in things that you need for that trip and take other things off, right? I mean, and maybe you don't do anything. I don't know, but I'm sure there's some adjustment made, right, Chad?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, like mine has 2 motors, but almost half the time I'm always using one or the other motor. It depends on where I'm going and what I'm doing. You know? Then I have the forward-facing sonar, where I went out saltwater fishing today if I didn't need it, you know, so that comes off my unit, and then I have my forward-facing in the black pack that comes off, and then I got another black pack I put in its place. So everything has to be adjustable.
Yeah.
You wire it all in and it looks awesome, but then all of a sudden now it's part of your kayak and it's always in there. Everything has to be removed.
Yeah. The kids that grew up with the Transformer toys, they probably know how to do this really well.
Optimus Prime.
Yeah. So Jake, what's the announcement, man? I'm interested to hear this.
So Jake's also on here because Jake's starting a new venture.
Really?
And we started talking about this yesterday, I guess, Jake.
Yeah.
LSU coach? LSU? Are you going to LSU?
Yeah, I'm going to LSU. Right.
The Florida. No, he has a new hair growth program he wants.
Okay.
No, I'm too used to being bald now. It'd be weird to go back.
Man, I'm still like, it's coming back, but it's whiter than I remembered.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
All right, let's get if Trevor wins the YakOff Awards, he's got to cut his hair.
My wife.
Oh,
mad about that.
Man.
You got to talk to my wife.
You know what we could do? We could like take some of those Goldilocks there and make some flies, and you could sell them.
I'm trying to get the ICAST next year's best hair, so I'm working towards it.
There you go.
All right, so Jake, tell us about your new venture here, man.
It's something I've been working on for a couple of years now, actually, and a year, I don't even remember, a year or two ago, I brought a group of about 10 anglers in to do a trial run of my company, which is called Wild Side Strength. I'm designing strength and conditioning programs for fishermen. 3 main goals. improve your strength, improve your endurance, improve your focus on the water. All those things are going to help you reduce joint pain and have just a better experience every time you go fishing. So actually, I was hoping Paul was on the podcast tonight. I know he was supposed to be. So he was one of the participants with me back when I first launched it. And the trial was good. I got a lot of really good feedback. And ultimately, I was trying to figure out the best way to roll it out, be efficient with it, and make sure everybody else was able to get what they wanted. So the way I've set it up now is I'm going to write strength and conditioning programs between 1 month, 3 months, or a year, which I'll get into that one here in a second, where you can buy the program. Your program gets sent straight to your phone with the sets and reps and video demonstrations and messaging, where you can send me a message and be like, hey, what the hell are you trying to ask me to do? And I can give you information about it. But there's individual programs where you can go get those, or I can write a custom program where if you've got something you want to work on, maybe you want to develop some strength, you feel like you're not very well balanced, you want to work on standing in the kayak and you're not really able to yet, or your lower back kills you every time you go out and you want to develop some stability around that. Your hips start bugging you, your elbows, your wrists, like I'm sure you guys have all had those aches and pains come up over the course of a fishing season that just don't seem to go away. Exercising regularly can do a lot to help those things out. So ultimately I've been trying to find a way to bring together my two biggest passions, which are, fishing and exercise, and, merge them together. And that's what I've tried to do.
That's awesome, man. I want to make a comment on that. And that is a great thing because, I'm going to approach 70 here pretty quick, and I'm in a kayak and I'm, the physical part of it, but I'm with guys that are half my age that are barely getting out of a kayak already.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is, and I'll be honest with you, I do a program and I do it off my phone. I have my phone, I watch ESPN and I do my workout, but I'd like to see what you got. Eventually, I'm going to talk to you about that later. But at the same time, people don't realize how big the mobility and stability and core strength is, especially for kayak fishing, because sometimes you're sitting for a long time, sometimes you're standing. But you take these elite pros in the boats and how beat up they are. I mean, Harold Swindle just had knee surgery or knee replacement. A lot of those guys have back problems because they're hitting those waves all the time. And the same is true for kayak. Yeah, you're lifting it. I mean, Trevor's like Superman out there, standing on his hands and walking around.
I've had 2 lower back surgeries myself.
Oh man!
And it's actually funny. The first surgery was triggered by trolling on a small boat for 4 days in a row. I was out in Maine. The in-laws came and it was like, we're going fishing every day while they're here. The kid can get watched. And after that 4th day, back spasms, and 9 months later had my first back surgery. So I lost my core strength being, a young football player working out every day to fishing on the weekends rather than, working on the farm, the ranch that I moved off of, and didn't necessarily get lazy, but just lost some of that core stability. And 4 days fishing on a boat, and I couldn't walk after that. I mean, it's horrible.
And I want to say too that you can do these things in a 2 to 3 by 6 foot space if you need to. And what I do too is I take a sandbag with me. I have a sandbag with handles on it, and I use that for my workouts, curls, military, and all that stuff. But the main thing for me, like you said, the older you get, the more that stability and mobility are important, and you're in that core, because that's when your back goes, you can't do anything.
I had my first surgery before 30. I mean, and then 2 years later, I had my second back surgery. I didn't protect it good enough, but it happens quick.
So how can they get a hold of you, Jake, for that?
So I'm running everything through Instagram. So it's through my Instagram, which is Suvac Kayak Fishing. Right now, I don't have a website or anything. I'm just starting out with nice and slow. It's the link in my bio, and then also I've created an Instagram page for the business also, which is Wildside Strength, which isn't very big yet because it's new. So I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can, starting out, trying to see what kind of traction I can get with it, and then build it slowly as I go.
Yeah. So Jake, I have a question for you. I'm not sure how tied in you are to your name. And as a marketing guy, any chance of changing it to Jake Sue Yak?
Suyak. I like that.
I'll consider it.
Strength yak.
Have you been thinking about that for a while? Did that just pop into your head?
No, it just popped in right now. That's as soon as I think of something, I spit it out.
Okay, Jake, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though. Suyak.
I literally just took this off my elbow when the show started. Right?
Okay.
I've had it on there all day long.
Yeah.
I have fishing elbow like so bad, and it comes and goes for the last couple of years. When I have a couple of trips in a row where I'm striking a lot, it's striking that does it. You're fine, and all of a sudden you set the hook and you're like, right?
Yep.
And I pre-fit. I have a tournament of champions this weekend, and I pre-fished for last week. And I caught a lot of fish, and at the end of the day, it was literally like, oh, I'm getting bit, and I'm scared to strike because it hurts.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I've been there.
And then today I was fishing, and I didn't want to be hurting for the tournament this weekend. So today I was making sure I'm sitting with my body, not with my arm. So what do you do? It's right on the end of the elbow and top of my forearm here. What is the best way to take care of that?
So doing low intensity isometrics is probably the easiest thing to start with. So if you've ever seen something like a skull crusher, I'm in the weight room. I'm just gonna
some big fancy words, man.
Take you out to the
skull crusher.
Just like
Suvac the skull crusher right there. There you go. No, while he's doing that, this is like I have devices like this that I put on my joints for infrared and it massages. And man,
what is that? That looks like a Star Wars helmet.
It does. But you put it on your knee. But I have one for my hand. I have one for my hand, for my knee, and I what I do is if I'm sitting around, I'll just put those on and they get blood flow, and then I do my exercises.
So this was not a setup, but we have Jake in the whole entire weight room.
In a gymnasium.
This is pretty awesome.
A better way to advertise what he's doing, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
What you have, Chad, I've had that before. Oh my gosh!
And Chad, you can take the bar. You can take the bar and then hang a couple 8-ounce hookup baits on the end.
There he goes. Here, I'll get him big here, guys.
So something simple you can do is coming down into this position where you're getting stressed into the triceps. You're going to feel it right underneath your elbows and kind of underneath. And just holding it right here, and you raise the bar up, you go up higher if it's too difficult. If you want it more difficult, and you're just going to hold it here for about 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
3 sets of 30. So that's something that's a low intensity isometric, and then you can do it the same way on the other side for like your biceps. Where I'll put these out. Where instead of holding it,
Marty, these podcasts go crazy places.
They do.
I don't know if you'll be able to see here, but basically you do the same thing. You just basically do a bicep curl, hold it right here, keep that tension.
So you just want to bend your elbow and stay there, not hold it. Stay.
Yeah, it's also ultimately just a hold. So you're going to hold it in that position. You should feel a little bit if it's currently bugging you. You want to get to a position where you've got slight discomfort, but it's not painful. Okay. And what you're trying to do is strengthen the tendons, because ultimately what it is, it's an overuse injury.
Right.
So if you overuse it continuously, like you try to put too much weight on it, then it's just going to hurt more if you try to push through it. So you want to be able to strengthen the injured area without injuring it more, which can be difficult. So
I want to throw something out here first that Chad just knocked you out of the YakOffs, and you're giving him advice. This is awesome.
Yeah. See, that's the kayaking community right there.
So, hey, Chad, you're out. Jake, you're back in.
Yes.
So, now my second question is, I'm on the USA team, and I made the USA team next year, and it's all manpower, right? And so before last year's USA tournament, I did like 2 months where I was just paddling as much as I can, because I use a motor all year. Then all of a sudden I got to, plus in the tournament, you're going to be doing sprints and racing through spots and all that stuff and pre-fishing for the whole week. And so I trained for like 2 months, and the only way I know to train is just go out and paddle. I mean, but But what better, like that's a hobby, so you're doing the push. What would be a good training program for training your legs to paddle when you don't paddle very often?
So you're going to be a pedal kayak, right? Not paddle.
The hobbies. Yeah.
So some of it's going to be just some basic endurance training, like you can do some cardio, which will be good for you, but also you want to develop strength. So you're going to do things like squats and deadlifts or versions of them that you are able to do based on your skill level. So you want to increase your strength so that each time you take a stride pedaling, you're operating at a lower percentage of your maximal strength. So that's going to help you increase your endurance over a longer period of time.
Stair climber.
Yeah, stair climber work. Yeah.
Stair climber would be great.
But again, that's going into the cardio area. So the cardio is going to be great. It's going to be really good for endurance, just getting your muscles used to.
But you're talking about strength in your legs.
Right. Yeah. So we want to strengthen the legs so that we can, if I can squat 100 pounds, let's say, and every time you push the pedals, it's 10 pounds of force. That means every time I push the pedals, I'm operating at 10% of my maximal strength. If my squat goes up to 200 pounds, then I'm operating 5% of my maximal strength, which is going to be less wear and tear on your body because it's a lower intensity.
I like to do a lot of the body squat. I do a lot of just no weight, just body squats a lot for endurance when I'm doing that. And I put a band around my knees, the stretch band around my knees, and do it that way as well, and go sideways. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. But
do you all stretch before you get on your kayak?
Do I? Yeah, I do.
I do too. It's just kind of a weird thing. I kind of get my suit on, suited up. People look at me weird. It's like I'm just preparing. Like it's a workout sometimes.
Yeah. I've got a routine when I first wake up that I do, especially with my core area. And like you, Jake, I used to be a strength coach back in the day. But of course, what we did back then, you guys don't do. When I went to college,
rubber thing on your tummy.
Yeah. Our weights when I was in college were a bar with coffee cans filled with cement, and the bar went in there, and that was our weights.
That works.
That's
our weights.
Yeah, those cavemen worked out weird.
Yeah. You guys know what curling is, right?
Maybe not.
Ice curling
or Canadian
ice curling. When we had a thing called jam pail curling, and it was like an old paint can full of concrete, with a handle that we made that we would play outside. Same kind of thing.
Yeah,
you just you figure out how that works, right?
Yeah. Well, the other thing is on a farm you have feed sacks that takes care of all of it.
Yeah.
So, man, good. Thanks, Jake. That's good stuff. And I'm looking for to see how that goes because I was actually doing a workout the other day. I wonder how many kayak guys aren't doing anything in the winter, and then all of a sudden they're going to go fish, and then they get hurt.
Oh, that reminds me. That's what I was going to talk about. I was going to go back to talking about the 1-year program that. So I've got some programs that are written up. They're good for somebody who knows what they're doing and can grab something and go, and they know how to make adjustments on their own. But something that I'm doing is some of it's going to be based on requests, but I'm starting with the Bassmaster Kayak Series, where I'm going to write a full 1-year program for the Bassmaster Kayak Series and make it available for anybody that's fishing that trail. And it's going to line up with the tournaments so that you're going to be able to overload when it's necessary and then taper and peak as you go into a tournament so that you're going to be feeling the best that you can be as you go into practice and into the weekend that you're going to be competing. So we'll build up. We'll be a little run down from lifting, from exercise.
So have you been talking to Steve Owens?
No, this is an idea that I just came up with like a week ago.
Okay, so let's talk about. We'll connect later because the Georgia and Tennessee Bass Nation, he runs those two, and that, and
What about the USA kayak team?
And the USA kayak team.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Option 2.
Chad and I are both involved with that. So
I mean, I just know this, that at my age, if I didn't do that, you wouldn't see me in the kayak in the summer. I wouldn't last. Yeah. There's no way. Because
whatever you're doing, Marty, I need to copy that because what you did that sea otter was
that was insane.
That was like I would have not done that. Where your battery ran out, and you're like, oh, I'll just paddle. I'm just like, no, you're not, and you did. That was nuts.
against the wind, against the current.
Through 30-foot swells.
Yeah, 30.
They went to 32 every once in a while. No, I do take great pride in Nebraska here. If it's a race to a spot, I'm going to win.
I believe you now after seeing what you did there.
Yeah. So I just the thing really what's helped me is just being in good shape, for that. I'm not going to say I'm the best shape, but I'm in better shape because of doing those things, like you say, Jake. And it can't be, you do it for a week and you stop. You've got to make it a daily repeated effort, and you got to put rest days in there too. You don't want to do them all hard every day.
Yeah.
Today was my cardio day.
I've got it organized where we go 3 days a week, unless somebody wants to lift or work out or exercise 4 or 5 days a week. I've got it set up so that it's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday plan. Or you can move those days around. So if you go Monday, Wednesday, I'm going to fish on Friday. So then I'll do the workout on Saturday. That's fine too. Yeah. But people have life, they want to fish. Yeah. You're not going to, not everybody's going to want to work out 7 days a week. So.
Right. So Jake, the name of your new company and how people can find it, and what before we get off here, like what can we help with?
The name is Wildside Strength, and right now I'm doing everything through Instagram. So the easiest thing is to just send me a DM at Subat Kayak Fishing, or you can click the link in my bio, and the link to the landing page is some long thing, so it's just a link in my bio for now, and then it takes you to the page where you can pick through all of the programs that I've got available. I've got 4 programs up right now. 3 are 1-month programs, and one of them is a 3-month program, and more programs on the way.
And video demonstrations of each exercise. And all that.
Yep, every time there's a exercise, there's a video demonstration. And I'm getting around to doing all my own video demonstrations. It's a lot of different YouTube videos right now, but that'll take some time.
Yeah. So these are people that you had do them, or they're people that you just found?
These are YouTube videos that I've picked off the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I used to do that.
Doing them right.
Yeah. Same thing.
So Marty, you got that when you post this on YouTube, you can put those links for Jake.
I'll put that in there. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll put a big safety.
Marty,
You use all of your strength out on the water, and you flip and can't get into your kayak because your legs are done from getting to your spot. So
right,
makes everyone safer on the water too. So
absolutely. And the other thing,
that's why you need a Bixby.
Now the other thing, Jake, I want to ask you, and I know we're running, but so we're okay. We can talk as long as we want because there's no time limit. But Jake, here's the other thing: is so many guys, man, I'm hungry. I didn't eat nothing all day. And they did terrible out in the water, and they wonder why. Because if you don't get nutrition in you while you're on the water, your brain is shot, and you're not going to
good nutrition. Yeah, not the Vienna sausages and hot dog from the gas station.
And bison chili.
Some of that good stuff, man. That was what's the name of that? I forget. That
Essential Provisions.
Special provisions.
Essential
provisions.
Yeah, well, my essential provision is 1 Celsius about midday when I'm fishing. That's my essential provision.
That'll keep you going.
Yeah. Yeah. The kids at school yesterday, I was subbing, and I pulled out that Celsius, and they're like, razzing me. I said, guys, and they go, why don't you drink Red Bull? I said, I've never had one. I never will, but I love this stuff.
I got to say, just yesterday, I drink a Celsius about every day, every other day, maybe.
Yeah.
And one of the guys in the shop brought me a Red Bull after he went to lunch. There's a new flavor or something. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll drink it. Yeah. I could not go to sleep last night. I mean, it was. I drank it like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and last night I'm in bed just like.
Right. if I drink a Celsius,
Chad told me 18 times yesterday.
Now that I believe it, because I mean, if I drink it past noon, I will. If I drink it in the afternoon, I'm up all night.
Yeah.
That's how much it does help for staying focused that last 4 hours of a tournament.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Celsius don't good to me if I drink it all day.
Right. Yeah. But hydration is so important. People don't realize that. And I actually, Jake, stop in a tournament, and I'll sit there and I'll eat my lunch, and guys are going by me. What are you doing? I said, I'm eating lunch. What? Yeah, I'm eating my lunch, and then I get tasking that way.
The nutrition is so important, and even here in the college level, like
Right.
There's so many layers to it where you need to eat, you need to sleep, you need to hydrate, you need to recover in order to be able to perform. And especially in fishing, go as long as you do. Like that is a long day on the water, or consecutive long days on the water, where if you don't eat today or tomorrow, like you're going to be fried by the end of the tournament.
Right.
Well, sitting is one of the most dangerous things you can do. It's the most unhealthy thing for your body is sitting. Bad circulation, everything slows down, and it's not good for your body. Working as, in the office, we do 2-hour stretches. My team stands up, stretches, and just moves around. And sitting all day is a very bad thing for you. So
you do 2 hours of stretching in an 8-hour workday?
No, we get up every hour and do 5 minutes of stretching.
Well, that's awesome.
I do want to say this too, guys. The trend right now is a lot of the guys my age and older are switching from the like your bigger kayaks, and they're all either getting Lynxes or inflatables.
Yeah,
really.
I'm serious. It is going everywhere I go. That's happening.
Yeah, that's why I was saying all the old timers out on the West Coast here at kayak fish, they're all still on the ocean kayaks, which is very simple, about 60 pounds. Throw it over your shoulder, take it to the beach. And,
And I'm the same way. I'd rather. I mean, I have several kayaks, but I'd rather take my Lynx out than the Outback right now.
I love my Lynx.
Yeah, it's super light.
I got a paddle. That's definitely the kayak I'm paddling.
Yeah, you bet. So anyway, Jake, thanks so much, man. That is a area I wasn't expecting to talk about tonight, but it needs to be talked about.
Yeah, I told you it was a surprise, Marty.
It was a surprise, and I appreciate it because as Jake knows, like I said, I'm very passionate about the fitness part of it as well.
Plus, Jake's an awesome guy. Jake is the reigning champ of the YakOffs, and unfortunately, Chad kicked his ass last week. I mean, not really
bad. Get out of here.
Yeah, it was 15 votes. I wasn't asking.
Hey, Keith, did you give him his 16 vote penalty yet, or what?
I can't hear you. Sorry, my earbuds are dead.
Well, I got to say, from pulling the champ last year, I'm shocked to be where I am in this. So that's pretty cool.
So, Chad, when I told Jake, like, the shitty part about the YakOffs is every Monday I have to call the loser and call the winner, and it sucks. And Jake's like, wait a minute, did you tell Chad about his 16? Because I told him it was 15 votes. I'm like, he's like, did you tell Chad there's a 16-stroke penalty for screwing up the podcast last week?
It should have been. I was all jacked up last week. No, I was so surprised when he said.
And then he said, "Why the hell are you and Chad always wearing the same hoodie?"
I know. But do you have the trout or the saltwater one on right now?
I don't have the saltwater one yet.
Oh, okay.
I never got it.
So they're the same in the front. I got the saltwater on the back.
Yeah,
but
I got the trout on the back.
But when me
what he's talking about is this.
The picture. He's got,
show us yours.
He's got trout. Mine got saltwater fish.
Nice.
But anyways, I thought we would be close, but I was pretty much like for sure. I was telling everybody it's gonna be close, but Jake's gonna win. And then when Keith told me, I was like, "You're bull," because Keith does stuff like this. And I was like, "You're you're bullshit." And he's like, "No, really." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." So
I was like, "Dude, seriously, we made a graphic. We wouldn't go to that distance to make a graphic." But also, like, it's for the YakOffs, it's good to have a different champion because it would be really shitty in like 8 years to have the YakOff All-Stars and Jake is the only person involved.
I know. I had to let somebody win. That's what happened.
How did your athletes respond to that when you told them?
Oh, they were a little disappointed, but my baseball players they've been getting into fishing a lot more. So
I've been talking now we have the next gen. So hopefully, guys like all of you on here are going to be able to tell me, someone in your neighborhood or college or university or high school that we're going to bring into these next gens, which are going to be very cool. All the brands are excited about it, and it's going to be cool to get some younger kids involved and hooked up with people like you guys that are ambassadors of the sport, right? Like, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it'll be awesome. I think it'll be really cool to kind of just work with somebody getting into the sport. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
No, just last weekend, I took a guy out with another buddy of mine, his first official trip out in the ocean. He's been in the bay, halibut fishing, but got him out on his first lingcod, first couple of rockfish, and got him hooked quick. I mean, beautiful, flat, calm day on the ocean. You catch your first ling, like, you're going to be hooked from that point on. That's for sure.
The drug is in the tug.
Yep. Yeah, I hear him screaming. Oh, it was small. It was short. It wasn't a keeper, but still.
And on that, we talked about the physical part, the nutrition part, and now you're talking about the mental part right there, Trevor.
No, the emotional. I mean, it's to me, that's why I love kayak fishing. Yeah. Every worry you have in the world goes away, and you're just catching a fish.
Yeah, I know, Jake. Yeah, you bet. Jake, you played high school football, right?
I played hockey.
Oh, you played hockey?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to say, Chad, you play high school football?
I wrestled.
You were a wrestler. Okay.
I played high school football, and I wrestled, and I played hockey.
But Trevor, what'd you do?
Hockey. Football. Yeah, a little wrestling.
So here's the deal, though. Whether it was ice, whether it was the court, or whether it was the grass, when you went out there, nothing else mattered.
Agreed. Yep.
See, and so that's what this kayak fishing does for us as well is.
But that's just Marty. That's fishing in general, right? Like, whatever you're in, when you're fishing, all your worries go away because all you're thinking about is how did I catch that last fish and how I'm going to catch the next fish.
Right, but I'm going to say
you're paying attention to that. Like, it's not like everything else is gone.
Right,
and not getting frustrated
until your wife texts you and she's like, "Where the hell are you? You're supposed to be home 4 hours. And it's 10 o'clock."
Yeah.
The one thing, though, in the kayak, though, is you're one with the water. You are one with the water.
Yeah.
And you're constantly moving. You know?
Especially on the ocean. I mean,
and Trevor, like you said in your video, you're waiting sometimes for the tax man. It's a very different world that you guys fish in.
There's a lot of eerie times you're out on the water. You just get this weird feeling that something's below you. And my buddy was out last weekend, and he's like, every time I turn my fish finder on, there's a big mark underneath me. He's like, I just turned my fish finder off and kind of forgot about it and just kept going about my business. And it's always in the back of your mind. But it's a small.
Today was really cool. I was sitting out there, and it was flat, calm, and everything, and I can hear water moving. But in a kayak, I can hear like splashes of water. But in a kayak, you're so low, you can't really see. But when it's dead still like that, you can hear from a long ways. And I even told the camera, I was videoing today, I'm like, I hear water splashing. I hear stuff, but I can't see it yet. And about 10 minutes later, about 1,000 dolphins came right through me and all around me and under me. And it was pretty great. I put my camera in the water and seen them swim by. So,
awesome. Did you catch one? How did it taste?
he spooled me. I can't stop him.
I got to experience the same thing, just being in the middle of around 200 dolphins, like 300 seals.
It was a big pond. It was like
dive in, and that is quite
so cool.
Quite the experience.
That's why fishing salt is so exciting and different.
Yeah, but hey, when I moved down to Florida, I saw those same big marks on my fish finder, except I thought they were gators and not sharks.
Oh
yeah.
That'd be worse.
All right. Anything else we got tonight, guys?
Oh, actually, I got something for you.
Okay.
So we kind of talked about it last time I was on, is fire safety, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, not sponsored or anything, but I just picked up this new fire extinguisher.
Really? Wow.
What is that?
So it's an Element fire extinguisher.
Paul Glass might need that for that C4 thing he's got.
It works the same way a flare does.
It's like a flare?
Basically, you'd pull this cap off, which exposes the tip. You pull this piece off and you just touch it. And for almost a minute, I think, or maybe longer, it basically shoots out an irritant or a chemical that stops all of the fire. So class A, B, C,
like that
and
white.
fire.
Yeah.
And like lithium battery fire. That's
Yep.
That's the fire you're gonna have.
That is cool. Where did you find that, Trev?
So just a buddy of mine who, has an off-road van, has one in his van for grease fires, car fires, and doesn't really have a lot of room. And it was like, ooh, let me check that out. So just kind of a cool thing. I actually want to pop it off, but
what's the name brand of it?
Element. So this is their small version. So
Marty, pull it up right now on the computer.
And then for me, it was like, well, this would also work as a flare too.
Yeah.
It's going to put out a big.
Maybe point it straight up, make a big cloud.
And they're not even that. They're not even that expensive. They're $100.
Yeah, it was $89. So, like I said, I want to use it, but also I kind of don't. So
I think that's going to be someone. I'm going to call them tomorrow about advertising with Wired to Fishing Kayak Angler.
There you go.
That's cool, man. I'm looking at it right now.
You can store it outside. So I was almost thinking about mounting it to my kayak seat, but I have such small batteries on my kayak. I'm not really worried about it. But like say Jake said,
there's a lot of people that have 3 kayaks or batteries. I mean,
there you go.
That's very cool. Thanks
for showing accessory. That'll be at the ICAST next year. You watch.
It's an Italian company too, so
they probably didn't even think of kayaks.
Probably not. I mean, who knows?
That's very cool.
All right, you guys, buy stock in that tomorrow. You get these.
Speaking of buying stock, you guys. Just kidding. You guys know this tool, right? The D-Hooker.
Never heard of it.
February. This one's coming out. This is the Yak. This is the Yak. It's on a carabiner.
Is that one a quarter shorter than the original one?
Same exact shaft and design and everything. Mm-hmm. So this is the Yak.
Ah, gotcha.
And it's like 4 inches instead of 8. And then this one is called the Dink.
I have that one. That's on my life jacket.
Yeah, we got that sent to you. Mm-hmm. So this one is for like sabiki rigs and flies and different things like that. So it just goes on your finger. But these are coming out in February. Yeah, pretty cool new designs and stuff. And also D-Hooker is coming out soon with a kind of we don't know who yet for sure, but like a Gerber or a Swiss Army knife kind of style thing where it's going to flip out of the tool.
Have you guys had to use your D-Hooker yet?
Yeah.
I used it at ICAST.
I know you did, Keith.
That's why I got the Dink, because my regular one, the hook was so small. And so we did some manipulating with it. But the hook came right out without me even having to jerk it. It just came right out.
Marty, we were hoping you weren't going to say that's why I got the Dink and I had to jerk it.
Well, how were you breaking that ice off your vehicle again?
You know what I used? I was like Paul Glass out there, except I was using a phone, like your phone holder that in your truck. I took the phone holder off the windshield and started trying to. My ice scraper was in the other truck, and the door was frozen. I couldn't get in it.
Right.
Eventually, I got in there, but my windshield wipers wouldn't work. I couldn't get them to work, and finally, after an hour of running the motor and letting it warm up, and I kept chipping away, I finally got them to work for the next morning.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thank you all for coming on, and good luck, Trevor and Paul, this week. He couldn't come on because he's literally been skipped 5 of his own podcasts with aggressively average anglers to be on these shows. So
yeah. All right,
Trev.
Music.
Good
Thanks,
luck,
everybody.
Good luck. Good luck. Jake.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man.
How about that music, huh? Did you hear some of that music? You're back in Nebraska, Jake?
I'm back in